What is up, guys? Welcome back to Cogs episode 6. Today I'm going to be talking about the effects of the duration of the puzzle and how long it's been unsolved. So Cicada 331's their premise was most recent unsolved step of their recurring puzzles. It was dropped in 2014 in about May 2014. It's currently February 2024 to date this episode, and it's basically been nearly 10 years now. And while that's a big milestone for the puzzle and for the community, I want to talk about how the effects, or how that duration has affected puzzle solving specifically. And I kind of tend to refer to this. There's two big parts of the effects of this. It's kind of like a double-edged sword because there's the big pro and there's the big con, and there's everything in between. But I want to focus on basically the pro and the con. So the main pro, I'll keep it positive to start. Basically, there's really no urgency to solving this. Like if you're busy, like you can just like wait like until you're not busy anymore. Like the puzzle will always be waiting. Like if you have to go, you can come back, and very good chance the puzzle will still be here waiting. So that's great if you like have a life, for instance, is probably the best way to put it. But also on the other hand, there's no urgency, so it's pretty hard to motivate yourself. And as we see, there's really not that much activity in the Cicada Silver Discord server and other communities as well. Like it's kind of lackluster. There's not that much like news coming out about it. It's kind of stagnated, and because of that, it can be hard to motivate yourself. So importantly, I kind of want to talk um, about these two things because I feel like they have they're the most prominent effects of the puzzle duration on community solving. Like obviously there's going to be pros and cons, and these are kind of them. So in terms of in terms of the puzzle will be here, I feel like this is um, pretty good to start off with. It's basically the puzzle will be waiting for you. Like if you have to take a break, it's very simple. Like you can go, like say you come into the puzzle and you don't know that much cryptography. You can wait and as you learn it, and then try stuff out throughout, even over the course of years. Unless someday it's solved, which of course that'll be great, but chances are it's not going to be solved in the near future. So you can definitely take your time with it. But on top of that, like it gives you a lot of room to become bored of this puzzle. There's this. I'm pretty sure Taiwo like said that the time between serious solving attempts kind of doubles between each time. It's exponential. Like people, they get bored of solving attempts and they wait longer, and they were gonna wait longer and longer, and that kind of has to do with the lack of motivation here, which kind of leads into the next thing. I don't want to let that segue just yet though. I should have kept that one. But basically, um, like solving the time between solving attempts like is gets bigger and bigger, and that allows people to like take the break they need, like the solving fatigue, I think as Clockwork would call it, or failure fatigue more specifically. And like the puzzle will allow that because it is unsolved, and that kind of gives you a lot of freedom in how you want to approach this, and that's overall I think pretty good for a solving experience, because you can go at your own pace and kind of do what you want with it. And I feel like that's pretty valuable to most solvers here because everybody, we have lives, and you know so kind of onto the main con is the bad side of this double-edged sword. So I start this off with a bit of history. So like back when like pages were being solved, I wasn't around for this, but people will corroborate this. You basically had to keep going. Like there was no choice, or even not even just pages being solved with with LP. It's also like 2012 and 2013, like especially those like there are stories of solvers like Marcus, for instance, that kind of just like would not sleep and just like almost throw everything away just to like solve this puzzle, and kind of just like even with the chance of it not being solved, like they're still throwing everything at it. Like you had to, otherwise you would not make it through. And now, since it's been a while, you can't afford to wait. And while I also say that's a good thing, it allows for laziness to creep in. Um, and that's kind of problematic because like this is a hobby, not a job. If it was a job, we could be like going straight at it, you know. But it's it's hard with life getting in the way and stuff. And like I feel like having the realization that there's no urgency anymore is like a one-way ticket to the land of no solving. Like there's just something. It's just like there's nothing you can do. Like it's eventually like as Taiwo said, like the time between solving attempts doubles. And this is just because people just like you just get on the train and you go to the land of no solving. Like there's nothing really like it happens naturally. Like people get the failure fatigue kicks in and there's really not that much you can do about it. However, um, or not really however, but like the time I did the most solving was like right as I got here coincidentally, but it was during the documentary hype, which is basically the Great Big Story documentary dropped in like summer 2019 and a ton of people flooded in, and like the community was just like going crazy on it. And this is something I want to touch on next episode, which is like giving the solvers community a boost. But basically, the community was so active, and it was kind of hard not to solve. Everybody was solving, and that was like it was very easy to work then. But when there's nobody else working, it is very difficult to get active unless there's like say there's a solving session, people are going to be as active as they ever will be for the most part. And then apart from that, there's kind of nothing. And even the solving session does need to kind of kick off. There are a lot of solving sessions or work group sessions that kind of just happen and nothing really exciting happens or enthralling happens. It's kind of just people get in, they do some work, and they kind of leave, and it fizzles out, and then people move to lounge and like kind of just sometimes talk about cicada stuff, or people just leave and like go to work for the day. Um, but the few solving sessions or work group sessions where it really does kick off, that's like the most active I ever am. Like I can get so much done in such a short period of time just because people are active. But since the majority of the time people are not active, this is where the land of no solving comes in. Like it's pretty hard to motivate yourself, I feel, especially when you realize that there is no urgency to this puzzle. It's been 10 years and you can take all the time you want, and oftentimes the time you want is not spent solving. And like it's kind of just how it goes like that. Um, and I feel like this is a really important thing to, or the idea of people being in the community gives you a lot of motivation to solve. I feel like that is a very important idea to kind of work on and like or really take a look at that and be like if we can get people in VC, get people solving, get people in the channels, it's really going to help boost this community, and I feel like that's something so important. I want to dedicate a whole episode to it, which I'll drop in the near future. I'm going to record it right after this, so it's definitely going to come out. And I'll see you then. Bye.